Cargoes were delayed for days, if not months.
The world supply chain struggle drags on.
Dozens of cargo ships are still lingering out
There's
at
simply
sea.
not enough manpower or truck drivers to get it done faster.
Shipping and distribution delays that have hampered nearly
Between
every
part shortages and massive shipping delays, gridlock is preventing all kinds of goods from getting to store shelves.
Or labor or the trucking to get it off the warehouse.
While trucks, railways, and warehouses remain understaffed.
At sea, dozens of cargo ships are lined up waiting.
We've taken to calling this the biggest supply chain disruption that we have had since World War II.
Hey everybody, Nick here at Scoggin-Dickey. You know, in the office there's two questions I get asked more than anything else. The first one is, Nick, will you please stop doing that? You're making everybody uncomfortable. The second one is, where the hell are my parts? Now, I know that's a big question, so let's walk around our warehouse here and let's unpack what's really going on. Now, usually when you see me, guys, I'm not wearing such a casual outfit. I have on one of my nice polos and I'm showing you a tech video, something that shows about camshafts or cylinder heads or maybe a dyno project we have in the Raceshop. Unfortunately, we're suffering from the same problem as y'all. We can't get parts right now. Now, we do have some parts on our shelf here. We always have things like camshafts, some nice packed valve springs and whatnot. But a lot of y'all, unfortunately, haven't been getting parts. Neither have we. And it's stunted our projects, our customer short block and race shop engine builds. It's hurt us too. The thing is you can click on the news, you can read a lot of things, but you really need to know what's going on behind the scenes with something called the supply chain. I know that's a word you've probably heard a lot. So let's break down what exactly that means, what has happened here, and why does that mean that suddenly you can't get something like, you know, valve springs or camshafts or spark plugs down there. So what does that exactly mean? Come with me and I'll show you. Now, before I get into the supply chain explanation here, let's go ahead and just set the record straight. We're definitely not here to put blame on anybody in particular. We're not going to here to blame our government, one political party, one country or another. Honestly, I really don't care what political dogma you subscribe to. We're mostly wanting to talk about our industry. It's affecting a lot of industries right now, but there's a reason you clicked on this video. You don't really care why Home Depot can't get lumber. You really don't care why a certain store can't get, you know, clothing or tennis shoes. Maybe the grocery store doesn't have your favorite bag of chips. You're here because you're looking for parts. Say ARP parts. Big mover, great product, real popular. This is usually packed so full that it's would be standing in front of me like a pyramid and it'd be piled up behind me. We don't have enough room to keep as much as they can make and sell. But as of right now, this is a good example of what's going on. See, the supply chain is very simply like this. No longer is everything made in one location, whether it be the same town, the same state, or even the same country. See, a material, say metal, is mined in one country, and then they grab all that up, they ship it off to another country. That country is going to break it down, manufacture it into some sort of machinable stock, whether it be bar stock, pipe, whatever you need. And then that gets shipped off to another company, say ARP here, say Stainless Works headers, whatever it might be. And then they make that into your exhaust, your head studs, maybe your camshafts. Then that leaves a boat or a ship or a train and comes over to our country or a port. You see, when something's made, it's no longer made in one spot. And I'll go ahead and tell you, it's actually been like that for a really long time. I know a lot of people want to go, oh, I want made in America. Truth of the matter is, a lot of stuff isn't anymore just because we're all sharing in this now. We're all a big global industry that's working together to get one part here for a better price, make it here for a better price, still get you a quality part. Otherwise, a crate engine might cost $20,000 or something wild like that. So that's how this all works together in a supply chain. Back in the day, it might be a local that cut down the tree, another local that broke down that wood and made it to a chair, and then another local that sold it in a local furniture store. Unfortunately, those days are kind of long gone, but it's how we get great products that don't make it $1 million to build a muscle car these days. Even though you might be watching Mecum or Barrett Jackson recently and see some $1 million prices. But that is kind of how this works. Now that you know that stuff has to move around a lot, well, what happened that made it to where you can't get stuff anymore? Let's take a look at that. And to explain how this supply chain is broken down and really just messed up in every which way or in form, I think the best way I can explain it to you is a traffic jam. Now follow me on this. I grew up in the big city. We're here in Lubbock, Texas. We're in the western half of Texas. I grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, probably about 6 hours east of here. Now, when I was growing up, it wasn't exactly an uncommon occurrence to be going down a 5-lane highway, and out of nowhere, everybody's brake lights come on, and you come to a stop, and before you know it, you go from 60, let's be honest, it's Texas, we were all doing 90. You go from 90 to 60 to 30, then you're creeping along at 5 miles an hour, then you're at a dead stop. And what do? You sit there and go, golly, I mean, how bad is this wreck? I mean, what happened up there? It's gotta be gnarly. Then all of a sudden you start creeping up again. You might slow down a little more, and then you start creeping up, back up to 30, back up to 60. And then it's, you know, Daytona 500 all over again, and normal Texans were all doing 90, 95 and a 60. And there's no wreck. There's no accident. A cop didn't pull anybody over. A cow or a horse didn't get out of someone's trailer and run across the highway. What happened? Well, it's just simple congestion. One person has to slam on their brakes for somebody else, and it causes a chain reaction. Simply put, you can slow down quicker than you can speed up, especially in a big group like that, especially when we're all crammed into one little channel. And that's kind of how the supply chain thing has worked. So if one person in that supply chain, whether it be the people mining the metal, or maybe the people forming that metal down into workable stocks for somebody to machine, or the machinists themselves, or maybe even the docks themselves, if any of that starts breaking down, it all starts falling apart. See, the thing is, the system, the supply chain itself globally has been working at kind of max capacity for a really long time. We all got used to it. One little hiccup and it all came tumbling down, and now we can't catch back up. I will tell you, as of right now, it's February of 2022. If you're watching this at a later date or time, we expect, or at least they're predicting, I can say, that they think this might be going on for at least another year as they're trying to catch back up, because that's now the problem. They're slowly but surely getting their steps in line to make more parts, to machine more parts, to get them shipped to you. But as they supply 5 of an item per se, 100 of y'all are ordering it. It's impossible for them to catch back up, and it's just going to take a long time. A lot of y'all have been worried, is this the new normal? No, it isn't. It's kind of the new normal for now, which I know. This has been more of a casual video with the way I've dressed, the way I'm talking, the way I'm walking around the warehouse, and I know it sucks. I know that you want us to make really cool videos of dynoing Dane's car, you know, dynoing my truck and trying out new camshafts and turboing things and really cool, neat stuff. And believe me, we have a lot of stuff planned, but just like y'all, we have a pile of parts for projects, and you go down the checklist and you got about 90% of them. So you get what you can, you leave it alone, you go on to the next project, same problem. So we have a lot of stuff coming up. We have a lot of big stuff planned. I know we keep saying that every year, but we keep running into the same problems y'all are. We can't get stuff. But we're not stopping. We're definitely going to keep going. And we'll be back to more tech videos and more cool stuff in the future. I hope I was able to explain this a little bit better, explain how this gets slowed down, how it gets stopped to the point where you think everything's coming to a screeching halt and the sky is falling. Woe is me. Don't fret. These parts will be coming back. It's going to take some time. We're all going to have to deal with it. Believe me, we want to sell you parts. We really do. There's no secret. It's how business works. We want to supply our customers with the stuff they need. One, because it is how we make money, but two, we're all hot rodders in here just like y'all that have projects, whether it be work projects or some of our personal projects. Dane's got stuff going on that we're working on. You know, I got stuff. My boss does. We all do. We know what it's like when you're passionate about a hobby, and something like this really just puts a doorstop to it. So we hope that this video helped explain it. We hope to help maybe kind of ease your mind that this isn't the new normal. It won't be like this forever. Stuff will be coming back. It's just going to take forever. So thank you for stopping by for another one of our videos. We'll be back next week with another normal tech video. I promise. I'll be wearing my nice polos. I'll be looking more sharp for you guys. And stay tuned every Friday. More tech videos. See you next week. Okay. Bye.